All right, so sitting in front of me is my brand new, or new to me, Timex High Tide. I believe this is a sailing watch. Now, today in this video, I'm going to see if it works, and I'm going to clean it up and hopefully at the end put it on my wrist. So the story behind this watch is pretty simple. I buy and sell watches to try and make a little bit of money, and I saw this on Marketplace. And I'm gonna tell this story as I begin to clean this watch up. This was a Marketplace find. I didn't know what it was when I saw the watch. I'm not gonna pretend like I did. I just knew I wanted it. I just thought it was super cool, and I knew I wanted it. So I went to eBay, as I normally do, to see what I was looking at, and I see this. And let's just say I did not pay that. I will reveal what I paid at the end. I decided I wanted the watch, so I messaged the buyer. I messaged the seller. And thankfully the seller messaged back fairly quickly. And I told her I'd like to buy it and I'd like to have it shipped to me, as it was quite far away from where I live, and it was in the big city, which I dislike going to. So I wanted to have it shipped to me. Unfortunately, the seller informed me that they do not ship, which is highly unfortunate. So we arranged a date and time, which was earlier today, for me to come pick this up. Now, I also I really did not want to drive. I really didn't. So I offered the seller double their asking price if they would just ship it to me. And she said, nope, sorry, I don't ship. And I'm like, fine, I guess. So I wasn't done there though. I asked my girlfriend to ask her friend who lives in the big city to see if she could pick it up for me. And unfortunately she couldn't, it just didn't work out. So I had to drive. Now, it ended up working out in a sense that I messaged my friends and I said, hey, I'm doing this. Why don't you guys come with me? We can make a day out of it since we're going to the city. And they said, sure, because they're great friends. And so we made a day out of it, which was nice. I paid $60 for this in a lot with a bunch of other watches. And I am super excited. Obviously, I have no clue if this works. So, when you pay $60 for a watch that's worth not $60, it typically comes with the cost of not knowing if it's going to work or not. I am praying it does. But I had to clean it up first, and it obviously needs a new band because that's the condition of the old band. So at that point, let's open it up and see if we can make this work. I'm super excited. Now, I've never seen a watch quite like this before. It's why it caught my attention. Now, this girl I bought this from had about 20 watch lots posted, each one like untested as is condition. And most of them didn't really have anything that would pique my my interest, but this one certainly did. There's one other watch actually in this lot that looks like it may be somewhat interesting, but this is by far the, unless something just completely went past my vision, or, this is by far the most interesting watch and probably most expensive watch that this girl had. And it's just, I've never seen anything quite like it before. It's super cool, and I had to share it. All right, now that we're ready to remove the back plate, to reset, press dot. Oh, I don't know what this is. I actually, I thought this was going to be simple, change the battery, but I guess not. I guess I am mistaken. Give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna see if I can figure this out. It would absolutely suck to break this. I'm going to very gently pry on this to see if it. Oh, there's a strap. There's a strap. Okay, I gotta just switch the tool on my thing here. I didn't see the strap until just now. It's a good thing I saw it and I was careful before I broke anything, and I'd have to take this to the watchmaker up the street. but I did see the 2 flathead screws in the corner of this strap. Ooh, don't be careful. So I can carefully remove this. The one there. I hope you can see, you know, this is my first time doing anything like this on the channel, so I hope you can see what it is I'm doing. I'm going to take my tweezers here, and now I'm going to very carefully remove this. Oh, there's a third. There's a third strap. I'm going to very carefully remove that. It's not quite out yet. Jesus, this is... My hands are a little shaky, which is not good for watchmaking, but oh well, I'm gonna make do. I don't know if... Okay, there's one. I'm going to remove this now. Okay, there's that. And I have to find... Okay, there's the other 2 screws. Jesus, my shaky. I'm gonna just... Okay, one fell, and I gotta get this one out. Kind of went in a tough spot there. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm gonna move the watch to the side for a minute, and I'm going to try and figure out how to get this out. To reset press dot. I don't even know what that means. How do I get this battery out of its cage? Have to be so very careful not to break anything. That would be infinitely unfortunate. This is like stuck to it almost. This has like an adhesive. Maybe I should have left this to the professional. You know, I've done a few battery replacements before, but this is a tricky one. I'm gonna try and use my things to grab this. There we go. That is the old battery out. This is the new battery going in. I guess the adhesive is just simply there to hold it in place, which is kind of nice. Now I have to figure out how to get this back into its home. Now, I do like Timexes because of their slogan, which is take a lickin' and keep on tickin', which is good when you're inexperienced like me. How was this? No, I've messed up once again. I got it right this time. Finally. Just have to have it sit. Okay, now I need to put the 3 flathead screws back where they are supposed to go. Okay. Geez, my hand is not steady enough to be doing this, unfortunately. I don't know why normally I have a fairly steady hand, but I'm struggling. I think it's because I'm a little nervous. This is really my first time ever actually having to, I guess, struggle in any sort of way to repair a watch, but we're getting there. I've only ever done battery replacements. I've never worked on a mechanical movement, although I'm hoping to. Wow, I just lost a screw, but it landed on my pants, which is incredibly fortunate. I'm just doing this at my desk, so like I was fortunate enough to have the best case scenario when I lost that screw. It just landed on my pants. My nerves are definitely getting the best of me here, as you can probably tell. Maybe it would have been best to leave this to my jeweler, but I did want to attempt this myself for the purpose of the video. I thought it'd be an entertaining video, and I thought, you know, someone would get an appreciation for this watch, as I have. I just think this watch is super cool. Like, I've just never seen anything like it, and I'm kind of a sucker for that. I really like when it's, you know, it's something that I've never seen. Now I'm going to, after I put down this third screw, I'm just going to flip the watch around and see if there's any sign of life. I don't know if I need to do something else or if I have perhaps done something wrong, but we will find out when I flip the watch around, which is exciting and nerve-wracking, as, you know, I feel that there's a good chance that, you know, either an improper repair by me or not, I feel there's a good chance that this watch doesn't power on, just based on. And that's no diss to the seller. They're just trying to sell this. They don't know what this is. They're just trying to sell it and get a little bit of money and move on. Okay, well, the watch, the battery is now in its home. So, and would you look at that? It's on. That is an incredibly rewarding feeling, for sure. It's I'm actually, you know, although I'm not showing it as I'm not freaking out, I'm actually ecstatic that this watch works. That's a huge relief, as I was going to have to figure something out if it didn't, but wow. Okay, let's continue our repair and get this back on my wrist. As now that it works, I'm going to, you know, wear it out tomorrow. Tomorrow's my day off work, so definitely going to wear this out tomorrow. I cannot wait. Now, you saw me struggle with 3 small screws. Let's do 7 more. I'm going to try to get them all in their home, and then I will screw them down. Actually, you know what? No, I feel like that's actually improper. I'm going to screw down 1 or 2, and that'll help hold everything in place for me to screw down the rest. I just need to swap my bit on my screwdriver, and I will have this screwed back down in no time. Wow, I'm super excited. I can't wait to get a bracelet on this, or it's not going to be a bracelet that I'm putting on. It's going to be a NATO strap, I think, if I can get my NATO strap to fit, which I think it will, which I think suits this watch perfectly, to be honest. I think a NATO strap is perfect for this kind of vibe. I don't know why I'm struggling, but I also am trying to not hit the camera, which I have done a couple times, but oh well, I never claimed to be a professional. And I happen to have the proper battery lying around. I actually bought the improper battery for another watch to sell. Actually, funny enough, another vintage Timex. But it was wrong. I did, you know, incorrect research on what battery to buy, but it ended up working out because I happened to have the battery lying around for this watch, which is perfect. It means that it can go on my wrist tomorrow. I would be a little better at this, but I'm doing this at an angle just because of the camera. So that's why I'm struggling a little more than I should. But we are approaching done on here. Now I'm going to have to teach myself how to set the time, which is something I'm not too worried about. But there we go. There, I kind of figured out a strat. You can just hold the top of the screwdriver and spin it almost like a ratchet, but last screw going on. I did this without losing a screw. I'm proud of myself for that. All right, I had to get a new lens for my GoPro as well to record this, which is funny, but all right. And look at that, it works. That is gotta be the coolest thing ever. I mean, seriously, look at this watch. It is super cool. Now, I'm going to put a bracelet or NATO strap on this thing. I'm going to move this for a second. I'm going to take out the spring bars, and these spring bars appear to be in perfect shape, so I'm just going to reuse them. Oh, on my wrist today is my vintage. I'll take it off my wrist just because the camera is too close to the desk for me to show you on my wrist, but this is my vintage Omega Seamaster. Another fantastic marketplace find, not as cheap as this one, but it was a very nice gentleman who sold it to me. And so yeah, that's what's on my wrist today. I figured I'd just show everyone. Probably my favorite watch I own. And I wear it occasionally. Not all the time, but you know, for certain occasions. I'm just going to leave it off for now as I continue this repair. All right, spring bar. Let's get these in. I'm going to move my tool there. My inspiration actually for working on watches is a gentleman by the name of Wristwatch Revival, and I'm going to attempt to work on a mechanical watch very soon. But he's kind of the reason I'm interested in watches. Just happened to have one of his videos pop up on my YouTube For You page, and I was fascinated by it because I'm very much like anything mechanical, and watches are obviously, this one is not, but watches are mechanical. I'm struggling to get a spring bar in. Shows you how much of a professional I am. There we go, got it. So yeah, Wristwatch Revival is definitely, you know, a major reason why I'm doing this right now. So I decided to, unfortunately I couldn't get his tool set, but I just got a basic one, and now here I am struggling to put on spring bars. I'm looking forward to everyone in the comments roasting me because of how bad I am at this, but oh well, that's life. Okay, there we go, our spring bars are in. Now, let's choose our bracelet, or NATO strap, whatever. I brought a whole bunch of options over. Now, does that dark blue is a little different than the dark blue that's on the dial, so I'll put that one to the side for now. We've got a light gray, which I think actually suits it quite well. It's a little different from the gray parts on the watch, but that's an option. Green, there's too many colors going on, although I think it could be cool. This like light greenish brown, it's not going to work with this watch. Now, these two are kind of my front runners. I could go with that one again, but the blue is a little different, or I could go with that one, which I think is what I'm going to go with for now, and then maybe I'll switch it up. I am getting a couple new straps in pretty soon, so I might put a rubber strap on this, which I think would suit it very well. But let's see if I can get this NATO strap to fit. Okay, so all right, I did get it. I'm not sure. See, and that looks super cool. It's definitely a... Oof, that's tight. Oop. Oh, I have pressed the function on the watch. I don't know what I did. That is too tight, unfortunately. It is just not going to work. So, let me see what other straps I've got. Okay, I have returned. This is an old Timex Expedition I had laying around, that the date wheel is stuck. But the strap is going to work perfectly for our purposes, or at least it should. So let's see if I can get this out, preferably without damaging it, but, you know, it's me, so that's kind of how I do things in life, is I damage them before I'm able to make it work. This one does not want to come out. Let me try this side. Okay, there we go. I was just choosing the wrong side to push. And then let's try this side on this one. Nope, wrong side again. There we go. Okay. Okay, we have our donor strap from a Timex Expedition. So let's make it work. I'm fairly confident that this is going to work, and it's actually sized fairly well. I think I am going to switch up this strap, especially if a certain strap that I'm getting tomorrow fits. But yeah, that actually works quite well. And here's how it looks on wrist. It looks absolutely fantastic. Now I got to figure out how to set the time on this thing because there's a lot of buttons. I actually like the leather Expedition band on this watch. I think it suits it. That being said, how do you do this? I'm going to face this towards me just so I can try and figure this out. It says it's 12:16 a.m. What does that do? Okay, nothing. Nothing. Oh, a stopwatch, I'm assuming. That's the date. I don't know. Oh. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold to reset. See, like I don't know what I'm doing. to be honest. I have no clue. There's too many buttons on this. There's a button there, a button there, a button there, a button there, and a button there. How do I set the time? Okay, I am getting somewhere. But I actually don't even know what time it is at the moment. It's, okay, I found my phone. 7:04. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now it's PM, not AM. Oh, there we go. 7. Oh. 4. Okay, I have it. Like, it's there. Correct time. Now, okay, I guess I stop touching things? Maybe if I just leave it for a minute, it will calm down. Or do I press the right button? Okay, I'm gonna just hope that it stops flashing. Unless, oh, there we go. Okay, I did it. All right, there's other things I can set on this. Am I going to bother? Absolutely not. It is by all intents and purposes ready to wear, and I cannot wait. Let me know what you think of this watch in the comments below. I think this is a fantastic marketplace find. I'm stoked to own it, and it's gonna look great in my collection. Thank you for watching.